Here, my good, you will see one more trashy fantasy with face that was abandoned by the heroes group. However, he turns a good do-everything. The famous stick for all the work. The guy is swordsman, mage, and support at the same time. So if liked it and want to relax, stick with me until the end and let's go to the video. A magical rabbit attacks the Proto in a dungeon, but he destroys easily. More monsters come arriving that don't give even for the smell. He still is well in shape, so does not need to worry and manages to get by his sword shin. Several goblins appear and Auror at the moment writes some support magics. Said that he uses increase of strength that improves the physical attributes of the target and also strengthens the equipments. Goblins go to the attack and Auror explaining that the user can use increase of strength both in allies as in himself. The guy is very strong, trace him the goblin without sweating, but more arrive to go of base and nothing can go against the protagonist Aurum. However, this magic has a bad side, its duration, because lasts only 3 minutes. And Aurum cannot use a support magic all the time. And the resistance of someone to the magic affects the time of the effect. In the case of him, are the 3 minutes that have to be well calculated to reactivate the magic at the exact moment. Enchanters that use support magic always are in a race against the time. Normally, nobody is like Aurum that uses support magic on himself while wields a sword. Auror one day was called by his hero group and they said that he would have to leave. Auror did not believe that his childhood friend Oliver would do this with him. Oliver said that for being from the same village, he gave several chances to Auror, but that from there forward there would not be more how he accompanied the group. The other members, all mocking, say that Auron is delaying the progress of the team, or does not believe in what listens, and Oliver says that Auror is not strong enough, so he has to leave the hero group. Oliver and Auror formed the group 8 years ago and reached together the rank S in little time, being the first to arrive at the 94th floor of the Great South Labyrinth. They then started to be called Hero Group. Aurum admitted that he maybe was not strong enough, but that applies for everyone. However, Oliver says that they did not understand the function of Enchanter until they see in the Red In group how Enchanters level S of other groups were incredible. And with that, Oliver and the others assumed that the support magic of Aurum is too weak. Aurum says that that is it indeed. After all, his original profession was sword shimmin, for that he developed his own original magic. However, Brutamontes says that he only did that because always was worse in the sword than Oliver, and now is not even a very good enchanter, without position to complain, or said that he converted to enchanter because was the only one that had more aptitude for that, developing his own type of magic to compensate his weaknesses, and all survived the more dangerous floors thanks to that. But Oliver reveals that already has a substitute for Aurum. This leaves the Proto shaken, such the betrayal in his front and his other colleagues not caring for him, saying that Auron only brings the hero group that needs to be stronger. Auron did not believe in that, being treated by companions that lived together with him for many years. Mega says that even if Auron does magics of rank A and handles swords, he is only level A, which irritates a lot, and all call him Stick for all the work. In the present, Auron reflects about this and thinks about being an enchanting swordsman, a new style that combines two very different things, but he is adaptable enough to make work. Thus, nobody nevermore will call him Stick for all the work. One day, Auron promises to be the true adventurer that will do anything, or makes your save in the crystal. Thus, when returns will start from the 7th floor of the labyrinth. Then arrives a shabby group of adventurers running away from orcs because they could not against several of them. The tense thing is that they left one member of the group, a girl, behind. Auron hears this attentive, and the leader of the group says that there was nothing to do. He prioritized saving the old members of the group. However, Auron is in conflict in going to save the girl or let the natural selection act on her. However, Auron knows how it is to be abandoned by the group, and the guys are all inventing excuses to not go save her. Euron gets tired of this and says that they do not need to keep inventing, they are just a bunch of cowards. Then one of the Randalls wants to fight and takes a dodge to stay smart. Aurum asks to stay quiet and orders to say where they left the girl. Cut to her that is suffering to maintain a barrier against the orcs and calls for the sister desperate. Someone saves the girl for the love of God. The orcs break the barrier, but Auron arrives in time with his magic of air and goes to the rescue. killing the orcs with his magic of strength, increase of technique, and incredible abilities with the sword. The girl does not know if it is a swordsman or an enchanter that is in front of her. Never saw nobody fight like this. But this little matters. The guy is fierce, boss lady. Oru understands that a group that weak could not handle this number of orcs. However, Orym is skillful to do this alone. He continues spinning and dancing with the blade, and it lacks the girl to fall in love with her savior. He finishes the rescue, and the girl collapses on the ground in cries of relief. They leave the dungeon, and Auron says goodbye. However, the girl asks for a moment and wants to thank again, introducing herself as Sophia Cloud. Then, Auron recognizes the surname and the big coat of arms on her clothes. Sophia likes the name of Orym and asks to pay a dinner for Orym to thank properly. After being with Cute Face, Orym accepts and goes with her to the restaurant with coat of arms of the rabbits, or already suspected, but now has certainty that Sophia is member of the clan of the Silver Rabbits of the Night Sky. This is one of the biggest clans in the Kingdom of Norriton and also one of the most popular. Then Sophia finds her older sister in the restaurant because she had a meeting there near. However, the big sister is suspicious of having an older guy with Sophia, and she recognizes Orym, and he remembers Selma Claudel. Selma is the most fierce and leader of a group of rank S more powerful of her clan, also known as the most powerful enchanter of the kingdom. She who made the role of enchanter have recognition and created the idea of group members having different functions. It was Selma Claudel who set up the idea that there would have to be a tank, a swordsman, and a mage in the group so that the forces of the team would be balanced. This changed forever how adventurers act in the labyrinths, and the hero group of Orym was not different. And as they had two swordsmen, Or became enchanter for being the most compatible with the function. However, after the group saw Selma fighting in the dungeon, Oliver and the others decided to replace Orym with an enchanter of higher rank. Now, Or does not understand the anger of Selma. She said that a pervert cannot go out with her 14-year-old sister. That is a lot of audacity from her. However, Orym, instead of explaining, he only worsens everything, saying that he was only going to dinner with her and that his intentions are the most pure with Sophia. Hello, YouTube police. This is a little joke thing of the anime, thing that I have nothing to do with and do not agree either. Okay? The underscore is that Selma gets pissed that her sister is not enough for Or. Then the thing messed up completely. Sophia asks to stop with this because Or saved her life. With this, Selma discovers that the little one went alone to explore the Great South Labyrinth. And you, my good, could explore down there the like button and click on it, as well as to subscribe. That gives a huge morale to the channel. Thanks. And returning, Selma had said that it was for the little sister to wait until the day after tomorrow that the group would enter the South Labyrinth. Sophia asks forgiveness for her haste and carelessness. And Or now understands why an important person was alone in the labyrinth. Selma says that Sophia will not go out alone anymore, but will not scold her. After all, returned unharmed from the labyrinth thanks to Orym. I thanks for that and asks forgiveness for the rudeness from before. The three dine together, and Selma says that in the joint attack in the labyrinth last month, she saw how the good enchanter that gave her support during all the confrontation, since they were the main enchanters there. Selma praises a lot, and she finds strange Sophia not to know Orym, since he is very famous for being from the hero group. Said that Sophia freaks out and becomes all embarrassed, but says that it is all well and that he is not anymore from the hero group and only says that he abandoned the team. Selma wants to know when it was, and he says that it was yesterday, but Selma does not believe that they would let someone skillful leave like that, or says that all agreed with the reasons for this. With this, Selma wants to know if he is free, but Oryn already refuses, thinking that she wants to recruit him to her clan. However, it is not that. Selma has an offer for him to go to the teaching expedition of her clan in 2 days from now. This serves to recruit new adventurers as if it were a training in practice. Some veterans of rank A upwards will command the new recruits, passing 3 days descending into the floor 50 of the Great South Labyrinth. Orym thinks that 3 days is unreal, even for the best novices who would take 6 months to 1 year to complete this. Marcelma says that it could be an absurd schedule, but not impossible if they take the shortest path. Besides that, the sponsors are charging immediate actions. Even in the anime world, the people have problem with the pressure of the sponsors, who would give that I could have this problem one day. Orem says that for this to be impossible, Selma should have made the sponsors cancel this expedition. Then he thinks that Selma must have another reason, that if the new recruits who would not manage to defeat a floor boss could by themselves and explore the deeper floors, that would strengthen the clan as a whole. Selma gets impressed how he deduced all this with the little that she spoke. She explains that in the labyrinths it is necessary to defeat the floor bosses every 10 floors to advance. Then it is common that new recruits are injured or go to F in these battles. But if an experienced adventurer defeats a boss, then the novices only have to register in the crystal and go to the next floor. Because of this, Selma wants or to participate. Orem said that it is a very important mission for the Silver Rabbits. Could a foreigner participate in a good way? Selma takes in the hands of Orem and says that she respects him. And Orem gets happy with this and thinks in the contrast of being treated as a worthy enchanter, different from what his group did with him. Orem thinks if he should return to be enchanter after all that occurred, then gently denies the offer of Selma Cloud and says that he has other plans. Then Sophia invites him, saying that she will also participate and would like very much the presence of Ordikeo. But he says that he needs a time to think and makes clear that he converted to Sword Shin, and if he is to participate, it will be as this class and not enchanter. Selma is fine with this. After all, if the situation tightens, she believes that, or will be, without enchanter. She will wait in the headquarters of the Silver Rabbits very early tomorrow in case he wants to go. Orem goes to the shop of a gentleman who sells items for adventurers. The gentleman thanks Orem for having made the marketing of his shop. Now the business is going super well. Orem apologizes because he is no longer from the hero group. Then there is no way to help the grandpa anymore and nobody else will listen to him. However, the gentleman will always be grateful to Orem. It does not matter if he is from a famous group or not, because he knows his character and how much he strives. Then, or needs to have more self-esteem, understand his value, because we'll hear much more thanks from now forward. Or on the next day in the morning goes to the meeting with Selma. He is, with a better face than yesterday. Now can go to the expedition with the Silver Rabbits. The episode begins with, or knowing the leader of the Silver Rabbits of the Night Sky, Vince Briers. The leader says that he does not need to be formal since he left the hero group. The mood is more pleasant and Or wants to know how this educational expedition of the Silver Rabbits will function. Then Selma begins to say that they will go until the 51st floor of the Great South Labyrinth with the novices of the clan in 3 days. On the first day, they will stop on the 21st floor, and on the second day, on the 36th floor. Cut to a small flashback where Vince does not believe that Orem left the hero group because this means a great loss for them. Because it was Orem who made that team advance and reach the level that it is now. Selma praised Or a lot and knows that even if he has less power in the magics than the average, his speed to cast is impressive. It is up to 4 times faster than Selma herself. In the joint attack, Or still used original magics, and his capacity to understand when to act in the fight and read the enemy movement is another level. The guy is complete as enchanter, and without him, the hero group becomes weaker, and the Silver Rabbits can take the lead in this. Vince already heard very well about him. It is tense that enchanters that are not Selma do not receive the due credits. Back to the present, and Or understood exactly how the expedition will function. There will be 5 companions, including Orelma, to help the novices in the fights of the labyrinth, if necessary. And when a floor boss comes, they handle it too, and the novices do not wear out. However, Orem is in doubt about having only 5 companions, since this schedule is absurd and the more experienced people, the less risk for the expedition. However, Selma gave a half-mouth answer that it is good for the novices to evolve in moments of crisis. But Or is aware that it is a lie and thinks that they will not reveal everything to someone from outside. Then he forgets this and just accepts. Vince says that the reward of the Proto will be of 2 gold coins now and 10 if the mission is a success. Orem is surprised to earn that much just to help in a school tour. Basically paying well is fine. This value is enough to pay his expenses for 1 year. The day passes. Now Orem, enchanting swordsman, goes towards a meeting point at the entrance of the Great South Labyrinth and meets Sophia and Selma. Sophia is already with her student uniform and her praises her clothes innocently. Sophia becomes all red, and Selma already comes to think nonsense. Stop with that. Hey, crazy, that this channel here is for all the family. Orem got used to talk gently with women for having female members in the hero group. Then Selma understands since they lived in the same mansion. Orem now is living in an inn, however needs to find a definitive place to live. Then comes Selma thinking that her sister wants to go visit Orem alone. Sophia says that her sister is very crazy and was just curious. The group of novices is right there anxious for the expedition. Then, or decided to stay further away to not increase more their anxiety for being someone from outside. Said that Selma says that he will help the novices to relax and presents him the other companions of the expedition. Selma said to everyone that Or inspires confidence and is very strong too. Then things will roll in a good way. The members get surprised with Selma praising someone that much. Then each one introduces themselves. The most generic, there is Anton Defender. The blonde is Bernard and also is Defender. And Kess is the healer. Counting with Or and Selma, there is one enchanter and one attacker. If Or did not show up there, someone would have to strive double to be the attacker. Exactly because of that for him, this plan is very strange. And Selma knows that Or knows that something wrong is not right, but cut to the past, where Vince said that he knows how Selma feels when losing a powerful trump like him. But Or is enchanter too, and cannot leave him in the first squad thinking about the balance of the group. Selma is desperate, because the clan did not advance anything in the Great Labyrinth in 1 year. But with Orem there, and if it works as attacker, they have a chance for everything to change. Selma lifts the mood and goes to present Orem to all the novices of the Silver Rabbits. Selma said that everything will be fine, so nobody has to be nervous because the great Orem of the hero group joined them in the expedition and he already reached the 94th floor of the Great Labyrinth. This is the guy. Selma, they're sold the fish well for Orem. The novices get happy, surprised with Orem there, and are more confident to reach until the 51st floor of the Great South Labyrinth that Or complains that Selma put him in a level too high again. But she says that she did not tell any lie and part of her job is to make the novices relax to act better. Oro understands, but used this hero title only to help in the promotion of the shop of the grandpa, who welcome him. He prays for there to not be any problem and Selma puts him to take care and guide Group 10, where there are the most promising novices. If they learn to work in group, easily they will reach the middle floors. Then she counts a lot with the help of Orem, because at night there will be present Reboy. Orem introduces himself to Group 10 and hopes that they can get along well. Sophia is part of the group too and sees that is missing people, but in fact this group is formed by these three only. Orem thinks that this is rare, but also is too dangerous mainly for novices. Then comes the blonde guy saying that nobody manages to accompany them, for that they are only three. Orem said that having this attitude so early can be a problem in the future. The group introduces themselves starting with the leader Logan Hayward. He is enchanter and dreams to surpass Selma one day. The next is Caroline Lingot, who is a defender, but her finds strange. She will not have any armor. And Caroline says that everyone says that, but she is the top, a defender that does not use armor and shield because she dodges instead of blocking, because does not want monsters to touch her. Defenders of this type focus on speed to dodge the blows of the monsters and are danger for novices without any combat experience. The clan did not want this for Caroline, but she did not listen to any teacher. She and Logan are exactly alike. Both think highly of themselves and do not listen to anyone. Sophia is already much more calm and friendly, being a rear attacker, a mage, or gets happy that at least one is easygoing, but feels that the mission will be difficult. They enter the labyrinth and Or sees that even though the two short-tempered ones are very hot-headed and noisy, when they entered the labyrinth, they became silent and focused. Caroline wants to know why a member of the hero group is helping a rival clan, or said that Selma explained before. He is an ex-member of the hero group because left the group, and Caroline wants to know more of the reasons of Or to talk with him. But Or says it is not of her concern. Said that Caroline says that heard a lot about him from Sophia, who said that Or is someone incredible and super strong. Sophia becomes embarrassed, but says that he saved her life and gives a lot of confidence. Caroline understood and said for Sophia not to be nervous, since Or is so wonderful like that. After all, a hero is protecting them. Or does not like this of being hero, but sees that Caroline tried to calm Sophia with these words. Although she is talkative, she considers a lot her companions. Then wolf monsters appear from behind and go to attack Or and the others, but he notices and already had left magical traps to take care of the creatures. Still good that he left this prepared beforehand. It is difficult for enemies to perceive the traps until the moment of activation. Or thinks very ahead to not lose time. Now has to keep an eye on how Team 10 fights, but does not think that we'll have big problems from now on in this teaching expedition. This naughty anime did not show the fights. Thus, a big summary already made my work of writing easier at least. Logan is not only a novice that thinks highly of himself, he is really very skillful as enchanter. And if he lasts in long battles, in the future will participate calmly rank A. However, he is not good at giving orders, but with team experience, certainly will become a better leader. Already Caroline is very fast indeed, but has the cons. She always attacks without thinking when sees a monster and also carries 2 daggers that combine with her fast style, but can end up lacking strength for the group. Sophia is not another level like the 2, but is very skillful more than any novice. However, is passive regarding the functioning of the group. However, this improves when she gets used more with those of the team. Sophia also does not have any negative point highlighted. She will develop very much well. Later, the companions defeat the boss of floor 20 and go straight to floor 21 for the novices to register in the crystal. The first day ended and Selma wants to know how things went. Or said that Team 10 has a lot of potential, but they do not know how to work together, especially Caroline. Selma said that she improved a lot in this aspect since the beginning, that there is a madness. Imagine how it was before. The next day it comes out in the newspaper that the hero group has a new enchanter. Now everyone knows that, or was from a team. This upsets Orm. He thinks that some of the novices that read this may think that he is not a big thing, but there is nothing to do about what others think of you. Orm accepts and goes to the expedition. On the way appears Luna, member of the hero group. Even if the other members of the group started to treat or badly for him to leave, Luna always treated him the same way since the beginning of the team. When he was expelled, Luna was not present because was resolving family matter. She went there to ask that or return because the team needs his strength. Luna, contrary of the other fools, respects a lot the abilities of Orm. And the Proto says that they already have a new member. There is no reason for him to return. Luna begs and says that she will make everyone accept him again. Orm thinks that it is already too late and also does not wish to return. Luna says that they promised that they would complete the Great Labyrinth together. This gives trigger in Orm, who releases her hand and says that it was a promise of them together with Oliver. And as Oliver expelled them, there is no way this to be realized. But the 3 childhood friends, Oliver, Luna, and or said this a long time ago. But the group that seemed inseparable already is thing of the past. And even if Oren wants, the promise cannot be fulfilled anymore. Oren goes to the expedition thinking about the newspaper that released the news of him having been expelled from the hero group for being weak, and how this will affect his relation with the novices of the Silver Rabbits on the shift. He knew that 1 hour this would leak, but had to be right now. Well, Orr arrives at the place and the guys are all commenting about the news. Logan is in shock and disappointed with Orm because he had said that he had left the hero group and not that he had been expelled. This changes all the perception that Logan had of Orm. He arrives saying good morning to everyone and sees that the mood is very different, but understands the confusion of all. Selma and other teachers arrive running and the enchanter asks for forgiveness, or says that this is not necessary. After all, they need to focus to finish the teaching expedition so that it does not be a failure. Selma says that she does need to apologize. After all, she used him to inspire the novices and said that or was so strong and all that. And now comes out of news like this. She wanted to have been more careful. Orm is the one who asks forgiveness for not having been honest with everyone since the beginning and assumes the responsibility for this. Then asks that everyone stay calm and with head held high. One of the companions says that it is true that Orm went until the 94th floor. Then it is fine. This by itself is incredible and it does not matter if or was expelled or not. Besides that his work leaves nothing to be desired. Or greets his team and Sophia and Caroline are fine with him. But Logan is with a turned face. Sophia thinks that the newspaper article was all a bunch of lies. Caroline says that she does not care, but Orm clarifies things and says that a good part of the newspaper is true. Then he is not the great hero that everyone expected him to be. Orm asks forgiveness for not having said before, but Sophia defends him and says that he is strong. Yes, someone that finishes more than 12 orcs quickly. Certainly is strong as hell. Sophia knows that Orym is not weak. He gets happy with this and says that he will take them until the 51st floor of the Great South Labyrinth, not as hero, like, or endures. Individual explorer. He swears to protect the three and wants that they do the best. As on the previous day, Logan feels idiot for having gotten excited before with Orym. Said that, they follow from where they stopped on floor 21. Today they go until floor 35 of the labyrinth, but the companions will not give any instruction until the novices reach floor 31. Until there, everything follows normally, with the group acting by itself. Caroline and Sophia handle some monsters and get tired, but the praises of Orym reinforce their energies to move forward. Still good that some still believe in Orym. Different from this annoying Logan there that only cares for the status of the guy and now thinks that he is nothing much. Or goes in the front because now the beast will catch and he already feels monsters ahead and asks for everyone to prepare the weapons and grenades because the thing will get crazy. Goblins appear and asks Caroline to gain time with them. As always, she goes to the attack and does not stop to draw attention. Sophia will take care of the orcs from behind and before, or asks Logan. He already uses his support magics to improve Caroline. Logan does not respect or anymore and wants to do things his way. Caroline deals well with the goblins, but Sophia is trembling of fear of the orc because her trauma of almost having gone away by them is still very strong. Logan sees and thinks that he has to solve everything alone, but uses debuff of agility on the hidden orc and gives the instructions and motivations for Sophia to manage to take down the monster. Sophia listens these words and uses advanced fire magic, the fire dart that vaporizes the orc but leaves her very tired. Orym gets surprised at Sophia being capable of using advanced magic. Caroline congratulates friend. The protagonist praised the work of everyone of the team, and Logan from far thinks about what is happening with Orym. Behold, they arrive at the stopping point of the day, floor 35, with a monster spider in front of them. Logan is already trembling of fear, thinking that they do not have strength enough to defeat such a beast. However, uses agility buff and increased resistance on Caroline to start an increase of magic on Sophia. Then Caroline goes forward and Logan wants to run to help, but is stopped by Orym, who says that like this he loses the advantage. Also says to aim at the back of the spider and cut its back. Continuing like this, Caroline should buy time for the rest of the group, but must have care with the poisonous attacks of the spider. She must observe carefully the movements and always dodge the boss. This is what Caroline does masterfully. And Logan needs to stay focused and keep the speed of Caroline increased. And Sophia must restrict the movements of the beast. She uses air cut and rips off the legs of the creature. Orym warns that it is not over yet and Logan has to use increase of strength and buff of technique on Caroline and without questioning. Then the spider traps Caroline in its web and pulls her to make a snack. The kids get worried. However, Orym tells Caroline to cut the webs with her daggers, but it does not work very well. Sophia prepares a stone arrow and Logan has to use increase of magic on her, since the last buff is close to ending. Orym knows the limitations of Logan of only using 3 spells at a time and uses the sharpening buff on Caroline's weapons for her to get out of the webs. Sophia launches a huge stone arrow and defeats the giant spider. The group managed to win and humbly says that Logan was the key piece for the victory with his enchantments. Then they leave, and for today that is all folks. Outside the cave, Selma says that tomorrow is the last day and it is good for everyone to rest to fight well in the last remaining floors. Orym is going away when the other companions invite him to eat and drink together, or gets happy that nothing changed with the adults and accepts the invitation, or did not have time to settle himself in the labyrinth. So socializing now is a good idea. Group 10 in the carriage talks about Orym having saved Sophia 3 days ago, and Logan wants to know everything about that day, how Orym fights and other things. Sophia cannot explain very well, but says that he used a strong burst of wind on the orcs and strengthened his sword with support magic, the same type of buff he used on Caroline's daggers. Logan got surprised that Orym fights with swords besides using magic. Sophia says that he converted to Swordshin frontline attacker when left the hero group. Logan does not understand why he did this, being that he is brilliant as enchanter and showed this in the teaching expedition. Now Logan respects forgets this business of being expelled, changing how much he is good at what he does. In the battle against the orc, Logan saw that he used debuff on the orc, something that even Selma uses rarely because it is difficult to use. But Orin did it with ease, besides knowing everything what to do against the giant spider. And this was the first time that Logan saw the importance of battle formation in the Great Labyrinth. If the tank keeps the target occupied, the enchanter and the attacker can think about what to do next more easily. This is the ideal way to fight. Orin even knew the duration time of the spells, predicting the strikes of the enemy. The guy is a god on the battlefield, genius, strategist, and in combat too. Logan knows that Orin is far ahead of his level. Then why did he convert to attacker? Sophia says that he is another level as frontline attacker too, defeating more than 12 orcs at once. Caroline also wants to be like this in the future, just like Sophia also desires. The two will strive for this. Logan knows that Orin is a genius and has to learn everything that he can from him to evolve. Caroline does not like this ugly face of Logan, who says that he is only motivating himself to do well in the next one. Caroline gets excited and says that she will give her best together with Sophia. At night, Orin eats together with the guys in the restaurant of the Silver Rabbits. And Or says that he never celebrated that much in the hero group as they think, since he stayed doing the administrative work all the time. The guys get revolted with the way that they expelled Or, and he thanks. Or explains their doubt about being swordsman or enchanter. When child, he always dreamed of being swordsman. The guys think that it is because of his parents, but in reality it is because of the grandfather of Orym, who used to be an adventurer in the past, and one day defeated a monster that would end the village. The old man did this with sword only. The time passed and he said that he became enchanter because the group did not advance anymore at the same rhythm in deeper floors. The monsters become stronger too, and this made it very difficult for two swordsmen to handle. Then they started to look to enchanters to advance faster. As Orin did everything, it was decided that he would become the enchanter of the group. This helped. They went until the 94th floor. However, Orin said that this was not the best to do. Even with his conversion, they should have slowed the pace and become stronger. The guys laugh and Orin realizes that he cannot speak more anything, because the chances of the hero group passing the 144th floor now is 0. The friends want to know what kind of swordsman is ideal for Or, a swordsman that can clear all the floors alone. This is the type of adventurer that he wants to become. The Silver Rabbits say that if it is Orym, he certainly is capable of this. Cut to Caroline and Sophia talking about Orym, that if Sophia asks nicely, Orym may stay in the Silver Rabbits, since she does not want him to go away after the teaching expedition. Caroline says that it is good for her to ask, maybe it works, but Sophia says that it is not as if she were convincing her sister Selma. With Orym, it will not work the simple request, but she thinks about talking with him. On the other day, the hero group is arriving to explore the Great Labyrinth, and Luna is not very content with the situation. The last day of the expedition of the Silver Rabbits with the novices arrived, and now everything is fine with the relation of Orin with Logan. He hopes that they keep the focus one more time to return in safety. Caroline said that it would be good if they gained a reward for completing the mission. Logan thinks it is a lot of audacity for Caroline to ask something from Orym, but it is not only she that wants something. Sophia also, but there is no way for her to speak in front of Orym. The embarrassment does not allow, but Caroline is insisting for the friend to speak, and when she creates courage, or is called by Selma. On the way, the protagonist hears that his ex-group will enter the 92nd floor today to see their team affinity with the new enchanter of the group. Orym thinks this is very risky. If it is to see how the new team performs together, they should start on floors with less risk. But this is no longer a problem of Orym, and he follows his life. The hero group arrives at the 92nd floor of the Great South Labyrinth and will begin their first adventure with a new enchanter. They are happy that there is no more a loser disturbing them. Man, how can the characters be so arrogant and stupid? This app gave me a rage, but you will see why. The new enchanter thanks for the invitation to join the group, and those random animals there, this tank, and the mage make me angry just by looking. I do not even want to say what they say in the app, but they expect great things from a newbie because Or was a crap, and that is what they say, right? The leader sees Luna's face and knows that she did not like the idea. but thinks that everything will change after they finish the expedition. 2 days ago, the newbie Phil Carpenter arrived in the hero group. There is a good reception for her, unlike the way they treated or at first. Phil managed to reach the 100th floor in the Great Labyrinth of the West, and is a quite skillful adventurer, it seems. The tank and the mage are happy that or will not give ridiculous and weak buffs to them anymore. Even gave a big party for Phil and are spending money, since Or is not there anymore to manage the group's accounts, and hopefully they mess themselves there. The protagonist was everything. The most important of the group, the accountant, and a true leader. Because this Oliver is a soft fool that does not know anything. But I am rushing, right? They are about to celebrate, and Luna arrives, wanted to say something important. That Or will go to an expedition with the Silver Rabbits. The people get indignant that he thinks so highly of himself to enter an important clan. Then Luna discovers that these ridiculous bosses expelled Orym from a group. Luna stayed 2 days away, and the group is already a mess. She had said that she was completely against the removal of Orym, because he was the only one who made this team function perfectly. But Oliver does not want to know, and the decision was already made. It is too late to complain about something. They will get themselves in trouble badly for thinking that Or was slowing the group, that I just want to see their fool faces to not say something else. Poor Philly, who seems like a good person and did not want this conflict in the group happening, and says that she will do her best. Luna knows that when they go to the 92nd floor, they will be killed in a matter of minutes without Orym. There is no way they pass without his abilities. But of course, this hero group that shares only one neuron thinks that it is impossible and that they are amazing and this kind of thing. Luna thinks like Orym. They should test the new enchanter and the new team formation on initial floors to see how the group performs and thus not take risks. However, the guys think too highly of themselves for having reached the 94th floor and think that they are invincible. There is the Black Dragon as boss of the 92nd floor. If they run into this creature, they will go hungry because last time they only won with Orym together and it was not an easy victory. Oliver says that they will not get close to the boss area. But the trash tank there wants to show off and fight the dragon. There is no way for Luna to do anything because the great leader Oliver already decided that they will go to the 92nd floor and fight. Now in the present they are fighting against the mutant mammoth, but cannot do anything. Oliver's buff ends and he feels heavy right after. He asks Phil why the support is not lasting, but it is obvious that she is still learning the rhythm of each one in the fight and how the group dynamic is. Oliver never went through this because Or on the first day of the group already knew everything in less than 1 hour. And the blockhead still does not regret that he expelled Orym. He is a big loser indeed. The tank does not tank the hits properly that for him were easy, and the mage does not cast strong fire magics like before. Phil had already put buff on her, and even so it did not help at all. This is the team of useless ones. Lord, you are worse than trash. Good thing, right? The mammoth must be laughing at their faces, shooting laser at the losers that can only hide. Oliver does not understand how Phil cannot do everything that the so-called weak one could do. The guys are all lost. The teamwork is not flowing like before. They look like dizzy cockroaches fighting against the simple monster of this floor. Oliver asks the enchanter to warn of the next big attack of the mammoth, but there is no way for her to do that, since she is focusing everything on support magic. And the annoying mage still gets disappointed that she cannot rely on Phil. You go there and do something with this birthday candle lighting magic. Oliver sees that nobody has the same strength as always, and he cannot even use all the power of his sword. But he is so dumb that he does not understand why he is weak like this. Luna has to say the obvious to them, to this useless team, but there is no way now because the boss Black Dragon arrived. A boss left the area that it was supposed to be. Now yes, the thing stinks. The dragon arrives telling the mammoth to go graze, and Luna says to run away. But of course, the luxury randoms want to fight to massage their ego. Oliver and the others think that they can defeat it like before, but they can barely stand and the tank already has to be healed after one hit. The tense thing is that Phil got scared and is not using buffs on anyone, but this animal of leader swore that without Orym everything would be fine. The mage cannot do anything, nothing is left for the girl who also takes a beating. Only Oliver is left as fighter who enters in state of denial and Luna shouting for them to run away. There's no way to win. Everyone will die if they stay. Oliver makes the enchanter wake up, and put buff on him to buy time to escape. Oliver does not prepare his strongest attack properly, but he uses it against the strongest blast of the black dragon that does not cause any scratch on it. He begs for help and instructions of what to do to Luna. The leader that has to know things is destroyed now. Good thing. Luna says to use the item Whimsical Portal that creates a forced spatial link between one point to another place. But this item is risky because it can take them to a more dangerous floor or weaker. The choice is random. One way or another, they will have to fight against a floor boss when they exit the portal. But Luna says that this is better than facing this furious dragon. Oliver gets up and takes the item. The group grabs the two useless ones and uses the item to escape, but the dragon notices and interferes with them. And the monster enters the portal, and where it will appear will only be known when there is a lot of people going to F, because it can appear in the middle of a raid of a weaker group and wipe everyone. Now Luna and the others need to run and warn the guild to use force teleport on everyone inside the labyrinth. When one enters the labyrinth with Adventurer card, already comes equipped with teleport spell for emergency cases. This is the only option of them. And because of these brutes, everyone runs risk, and in the end, they will still receive punishment from the guild. Oliver was ready to leave from there without the two that are injured. The specialty of this animal is to abandon the others when he does not need them. What a nice guy. Luna said that they will have to face the black dragon, and when they leave from there, they will need to seek help. Then it would be better to call or back for this. She would not like to call but it will have to be the way. And the pride of this tank and all the others cannot get in the way of the duty that they have now. Said that Luna explains why they are so weak like this. Because the attacks and defenses of always are not working anymore, all because is not in the group. Oliver almost did not make any magical convergence before to have a powerful strike, because he depended too much on the buffs of Orym. The enchanter decides how much to increase buff on the target, and the target decides the time of effect, and that normally the buff lasts an average of 3 minutes. This is what Oliver knows, but actually depends a lot. Philly says that all of them have high resistance to magic, so it is more difficult for it to work on them. She barely manages to keep the buff for 2 minutes on the mage and on the tank, especially Oliver, who is more complicated, not giving even 1 minute of duration of Phil's buffs. Oliver is not compatible with any enchanter. So what did was of another level, and Oliver expelled him for being apparently weaker in the raw aspect than any other enchanter. But he did not know that to mitigate this or studied a lot and created original magics to compensate his lack of talent. The guys think that it is impossible that the weakling manage this. But Luna reveals that it is true, and that the power of these magics increased the buffs by more than 50 times. Everyone thinks it is impossible, since the great Selma of the Silver Rabbits only manages buffs with 10 times more power. There would be no way for to be stronger than her. The strongest strike of Oliver was only powerful because was there with support magic of another level, strengthening him. Just like the other two idiots who depended too much on Orym and cannot even perform advanced techniques anymore to fight against enemies, because Orym's buffs improved so much the average magics that nothing more was needed. They became so arrogant that they did not even realize that all the strength they had was thanks to Orym. Luna already said this so many times, but only now that the animals understood, I think. Oliver knows, but it is too late for the hero group leaves the labyrinth, and the people think that everything's going well for them, that the guys are amazing, but they barely know that the situation got ruined for everyone there. Oliver knows that they are not heroes at all, that they put many innocents in danger by their carelessness, and that they do not have the right to be heroes. The leader is angry because he already defeated the Black Dragon and now cannot anymore and does not accept having or back. He will manage to solve everything without him around. He is a big imbecile that does not know what he says, right? Only has one neuron. And the rest of the Silver Rabbits are on the last day of the teaching expedition to reach until the 50th floor. And when they reach the 51st floor, they will use the teleport crystals to return and thus end the day. Orym feels something strange in the air, which is strange, because the companions will defeat the floor boss that the students cannot handle, which is very easy, but there is something very wrong happening. Or senses the danger and the chaos coming from the Great South Labyrinth. Then Logan is looking at him with a weird #1 fan face. Caroline wants to know what kind of monsters they will face on that day. Orym says that she cannot rush against the monsters at once. Her function is the defender and she has to protect her allies. But Caroline ignores and says that it is better for her to fight on the front line so others do not have to exert themselves. Logan tells Caroline to stop being annoying and that Albert also said that teamwork is important. Orym knows who that is. He was the ace up the sleeve of the Silver Rabbits of the Night Sky. Everyone knows him. However, he died fighting against the Black Dragon on the 92nd floor last year. Caroline changes mood and says that he died as defender, protecting his companions. Because of this, she wants to fight on the front line, solve everything alone to not put her friends in danger. She does not want that the smile of everyone disappears again. Orym understands what she feels and counts on her in this journey. Inside the labyrinth, Selma talks with or about Albert. He was a very big asset for the Silver Rabbits clan, and losing him was a great loss for everyone. With this, the hero group managed to get ahead and conquer the Great Labyrinth. However, Or says that they could also have gone down easily. Black Dragon is no joke. The teams of the expedition split, and the others move forward. Orym begins to talk about how the monsters are and the difficulties in the lower floors. But the kids get so excited that they do not let him speak. Cut to the hero group arriving at the guild and Luna asking to speak with the guild master, because they need to perform a forced teleport in the Great Labyrinth immediately. Orym does not find monsters on the 40th floor, which is strange because there should be many of them, and the feeling of Orym that something bad is about to come is the same as when he entered the labyrinth. It even seems that the monsters are afraid of something. Then appears a goblin, and Caroline, crazy to fight, goes forward. Orym gives a debuff on it, otherwise the girl would take a bad beating. Logan says that Azure goblins are very fast and strong. If it were not for the decreased agility that Orym gave it, Caroline would be screwed. Orym says again that the defender is the core of the group. If he is in danger, the other members will also be and cannot fight properly. The hero group talks with the guild master to prepare the forced teleport. But this is absurd for the master. What terrible thing would have happened to reach this point? Luna tells that the Black Dragon transported itself from the 92nd floor to an area probably with many people in the labyrinth. A Black Dragon crossing a magical portal is something unprecedented. Never a floor boss used magical items. It is possible that someone has already encountered it, so it is better to act as soon as possible. The spell is very large and take a lot of time to gather mana and execute the forced teleport. The superiors tell Oliver that he will have to assume responsibility, and the two crappy characters still stay in that of saying that it was not their fault. These beasts give me a lot of anger. Dear Lord, give me patience. The master asks to focus, and Luna is worried about Orym. Meanwhile, Orym gives tips and advice on how Sophia, Caroline, and Logan can improve their abilities in combat. Sophia really wants Orym to stay and teach all that after the expedition. Orym thinks that it is possible, but already thinks about Selma thinking wrong things about him and says that she has to allow. Sophia says that it is fine, that her sister does everything she asks. The guild gathers a lot of mana to start the spell, and the master says that the hero group will have to defeat the Black Dragon. Now, they give little excuses to not fight, but before they thought themselves top that could do anything. It is when the water hits the butt that it becomes like this. The expedition arrives at the floor boss, and the companions will defeat it while the novices watch and see how professionals fight. Orym says that in some minutes he will leave this giant of 4 arms on the ground. Then he does everything that he taught to the group, and the other companions do not stay behind and defeat the boss very easily. Logan and the others understood a little about how teamwork is and can be inspired to improve. They will face another boss, and Orym already cuts it easily with his original magic impact, which improves the power of his strike or magic by 100 times for an instant. Everything ends, and they will be able to return home. Well said that. The terror arrives in the expedition, and the Black Dragon appears to everyone. Orym shouts for everyone to run away. Selma and the others do not believe that a boss from lower floors really appeared there. Everyone is in shock to do anything. Never that a Black Dragon should appear in floors so weak. Selma knows that she has to take leadership, and sees that if they reach the teleport crystal that is behind the Black Dragon, they can get out alive from there. However, he sees that nobody moves properly, and this is good for the Black Dragon that will focus its attacks where there is concentration of people. Orym knows that if he runs alone, he can save himself, but he will never leave the others behind. He has a mission which is to guarantee the safety of the novices of the Silver Rabbits, or will not betray them, and the only way for everyone to survive is with or defeating the Black Dragon. He asks the companions to protect the novices, and Selma gives order to assume defensive position. The mage creates a barrier, but the attack of the boss is too strong to contain. Then Ori uses fortification magic impact to improve the defense, and the group survives. Orym attacks alone the dragon, but the creature is intelligent. However, Ori uses impact to attack the dragon with the sword right in the neck. However, the creature did not suffer any scratch. Orym takes care of the Black Dragon and has a plan. Then, the companions only need to focus on protecting the novices. He puts on a red stone necklace and goes forward, attracting the attention of the dragon so it does not focus on the group. Selma would not endure to see another friend die, like happened with Albert, who protected them the same way that Or is doing. Then, Or uses increase of attribute 5 times, something inconceivable for any enchanter. Nobody manages to do this even 2 times. Imagine 5? The guy practically turned into a legendary super swordsman, or dodged the dragon's strike faster than Flash. These abilities or go beyond common support magic. It is another level. However, the body of Orym cannot endure much time in this state. After all, he is using more than 30 different spells at once. The burden is too high for the user. He dodges the dragon strike using a special ability in mid-air, something that some are born with, which is different from magic or sorcery. The ability of Orym is magical convergence, which allows to gather the mana in the environment and materialize it. He can use this mana to propel himself in the air as well. It is the same ability of Oliver, but he only uses it for attack. Orym combines a lot of spells and finally makes a cut on the Black Dragon. But the creature is already tired. In the past, the village of Oliver and Or was attacked by bandits. A great disaster was committed. Since that day, he swore that he would become strong to protect others. The two together did not want anything else to be taken from them, never again. And now Orym is in the trial of fire and swears that he will protect the Silver Rabbits. However, the Black Dragon began to gather mana for a super attack, something very similar to magical convergence. But Orym knows that the dragon is not taking the fight seriously like the last time he defeated it. Before, there was a whole group with Orym, each one responsible for a function to finish the boss. And now, Or has to perform all the functions and finish alone the feared Black Dragon. Or uses frontline techniques of defender and of mage to stand out against the creature. Or prepares a trap spell for the dragon to take a barrage of fireballs in the face. Said that he uses his magical convergence to gather mana in his Black Blade. He wants to be the adventurer that can complete the labyrinth alone, independent swordsman. But of course the dragon is not defeated with this strike. Only the tail falls on the ground. But Or does not give up and continues persevering. However, his buffs end and Selma tries to help, but he says that this will only disturb his perception and he does not need it. Selma understands that there is no place for her in this against the Black Dragon. And Orym buffs himself again and uses Thunder Shock together with impact and knocks down the dragon. His sword went to trash, but now is the final moment. It is all or nothing. Orym uses destruction and merges the mana to summon a surprising black sword, a spell that surpasses by far a special level magic. With this, and the fusion of impact gives him the necessary damage on the dragon. The Silver Rabbits see that their hero is alive, that defeated the Black Dragon. The hero group heads to defeat the Black Dragon, but arrive with a blinking teleport light. There's a big commotion there nearby. Then Luna asks permission and sees the head of the Black Dragon thrown on the ground. It has already been defeated and the fools do not believe. Luna sees that Orym is all injured and exhausted. His sword is gone and Luna wants to heal him quickly, but he only says to take care of the rest and fix everything and leaves. Luna notices that Orym fought alone because he is the only one injured. But of course the crappy tank doubts and asks who defeated the dragon. Luna asks to stop because it is clear that it was, or who defeated it. It is good for the incompetents to accept their weakness and stop with the envy. However, the tank gets angry and soon goes forward to attack Luna. But the mage paralyzes him with her pixie. Here there is no fight. Oliver asks the two to stop and is a little angry, that his childhood friend is better than him. Sophia will write a report of the teaching expedition and will put everything that she can about Orym, because he was the great protagonist of the day. Besides having taught her several different things, gave her courage, taught advanced magic, spoke about parallel construction, and defeated the infamous Black Dragon. Sophia fell in love even more with the man. Said that her sister Selma arrives terribly tired, and it had been a long time that Sophia had not seen her like that. The two go to take a bath together to relieve the tension. On the next day, Orym is suffering with a whole body sore after the battle and heals himself with magic. Then he and Selma go to talk, and she asks forgiveness for what happened and thanks a lot for him having saved all the silver rabbits. Or says that someone important should not bow. But for Selma, her position is the least important. Or saved her, and also her sister and the other novices were saved. She has no words to thank and wants to say something. She wanted that he visited her clan to talk with the leader. Orym accepts, and there the leader invites him to join the Silver Rabbits of the Night Sky. And more than that, wants to recommend him as captain of Unit 1, the strongest of the clan, and also as one of the commanders. Selma agrees totally with the nomination and would like to work together with Orym to strengthen the Silver Rabbits in the future. However, Orym wants to think a little about it, and the leader says that it is fine and that he can take the time that he needs to decide. From there, Orym goes to the Adventurers Guild, where everyone talks about the incident with the Black Dragon. And again, those troublemakers keep talking nonsense to not say other things. Or has to give a lesson to them to see if they realize the size of their insignificance. The three musketeers, Logan, Sophia, and Caroline really want to find Orym to ask him to join the Silver Rabbits clan. Then they go to Selma and ask where he is. And with the conversation, she understands music that she does not need to be depressed because Orym is stronger and did not need her help. With him being a member of the clan, everyone there can learn and become stronger. Orym notices that the three novices are going after him, and he runs away to not be seen because he is in doubt about what he wants. The kids follow him for the whole afternoon, but do not achieve anything. Orym hides in the shop of the good old man, who tells him that he needs to follow the feelings of his heart and not surrender to the fear of being used again by new companions. This makes Orym reflect a lot under the moonlight. In that place, Sophia appears, who thanks for him having saved her and tells what it is to be part of a clan and how the Silver Rabbits want to guide other adventurers. Then she asks personally for to enter the clan. On the next day, Orym talks with the leader and accepts to join the Silver Rabbits of the Night Sky. He wears uniform given by Selma, and his students go running to see, all happy. Of course, is also happy to see them. The episode begins with Oliver and training fencing, and in a tough fight, Oliver wins and disarms Orym. He is kind of nervous with a sulky face. The adults they're watching say that he is the only one who can fulfill their desire and that the prodigy can at least protect the hero. Orym is calm with the defeat, saying that he cannot defeat him anymore in a duel, but Oliver does not accept this. Is stronger than he is appearing. Says that Oliver is overestimating him. That was his full strength. In the past, maybe he could give a fight against Oliver, but now Oliver already grew, became stronger. Oliver does not believe in this talk, so there is nothing that child can say to him. Oliver promises to become stronger and make or fight with everything and leaves. Has a hidden strength, but will not use it to send a friend to F. Then a childhood friend appears, Shaun. She saw everything and thought Orym's strength was great. He did not even know that she was watching and showed a pathetic side to Shaun. But the little girl does not think that because she knows the true strength of Orym says that his strength now is this, result of his weak heart that did not endure the expectations and desires of the adults on him. And now Oliver is the one who will carry this weight, and Orym blames himself for that and wants to help him. She cries and says that she will not leave him alone, will train and become stronger to keep up. And she says that they will defeat something or someone together because she is also a certain thing like Orym. She will always be at his side. Even if he goes far away, Shaun will reach him. What a beautiful, pure, and innocent love, my good. For that, Shaun asks for not to carry all the weight alone. She says that she will do everything that she can. Then one day she will be able to walk at his side and asks to be her guide for now. In the present, the guild master goes to speak with the Grand Master, and he says that for being a sudden visit, the matter is urgent. The Master of the South says that 3 days ago, an adventurer defeated the Black Dragon alone. The Grand Master gets happy with that this way the conquest of the labyrinth can advance. But who would be the crazy one that challenged a boss of this level alone? The Master says that he acted in an emergency because the Black Dragon appeared outside of its habitat on the 92nd floor. The Grand Master says that it can be effect of the disappearance of the West and asks if it was Oliver who finished the boss. The Master says that it was not, and the Grand Master thinks of only one name, Orym. He asks to be informed if anything happens with Orym, then cuts to a group of assassins that made a good pile. None of them is injured after the fight, and Shaun is in this group. They are finishing powerful adventurers that appeared in the Great East Labyrinth. There will not be more for a time. Said that the messenger arrives and tells them to eliminate the adventurer of the South that defeated a Black Dragon alone. His death is the case if he is considered enemy, if he is on the side of the church. Shaun understands this and thinks that it cannot be Oliver. The group departs and Shaun seems to follow conduct that she promised to her friend, or the blood twist is that she thinks that her beloved died years ago. That was what they told her. She swears to send the elders of the church that did this with Orym to the cemetery. The fight between Shaun and Orsur will be a total madness. Or is in a meeting with the other commanders of the Silver Rabbits. The leader praised Or, citing all his qualities when he was in the hero group and his altruism for risking himself, protecting the clan in the teaching expedition against the Black Dragon. After a beautiful speech from Orym, everyone accepts him and he will take the place of Albert as commander of Unit 1. Selma takes him to meet the strongest group of the clan. The three present receive him warmly, kindly. Each one introduces themselves. There is Rain, who is a mage. The blonde is called Looker, and the other is Wilkes, who is taking the role of Albert on the front line. And Selma is the leader of the group. They have a conversation where Or explains how he managed to defeat the Black Dragon, using mainly his original magics, impact, and an advanced buff spell that can only be used on himself. Everyone gets shocked, impressed with that. It even seems like a lie. Or said that he lost the sword in the fight against the dragon, so there's no way to go to the labyrinth now. And he said that it was a standardized one, which everyone finds absurd, how someone so strong walked with a basic sword. Now, as commander of the Silver Rabbits, Orym needs to order a custom-made one for him. They go to the exclusive blacksmith of the clan, Era, and ask him for a sword for Or. But the problem is that he is lacking materials and asks the group to get them in the labyrinth. However, the problem is solved quickly because Orym kept several monster materials from when they were in the hero group. Even the scales of the Black Dragon that he defeated are there. Using these scales as material, certainly Orym's sword will be of a completely absurd level. The whole group gets happy with this achievement. Selma says for Or to enjoy the moment more. The meeting with Unit 1 of the Silver Rabbits begins, and Or cannot believe that he will be able to explore the labyrinth with companions again. He needs to meet the expectations of everyone after having been received so well. Selma said that the plans of the day are from the Adventure Management Division that requested the collection of skins of Toxic Sheep. They will practice teamwork on the 86th floor, and one thinks about taking Unit 1 to the 94th floor. Thus, they will be on equal footing with the hero group. The Silver Rabbits arrive on the 86th floor, where there is a beautiful landscape, because on deeper floors the scenery changes and it is not only dark caves. It even gives to relax. Selma asks them not to lower their guard because there are several earth dragons there and the creatures are very strong. Their main objective is to see how the group dynamic works with Orym. Selma says that will draws the attention of the monsters. Rain attacks from behind with magic. Looker also does the same, but it is good to have healing magic always ready. Meanwhile, Selma maintains the buffs and gives the instructions and or acts offensively. Rain says that with the level of Orym he could do all the work alone, and says that it is good for them not to get in Orym's way. Selma says that if it is easier for Or to fight alone, it is fine. However, he says that the purpose of this mission is exactly to train in team. Then it is smooth. Selma gets nervous near Orym, because you know that love is in the air. Suddenly comes an attack from afar, and Orym defends a group and says that it came from an earth dragon, and they will need to find the enemy. Looker uses her special ability to do this. Rain prepares for the attack and goes to the front line against the Earth Dragon and avoids its attacks. Orym gets impressed with the coordination of the team. However, it is not over. An invisible turtle is detected. There are 2 Earth Dragons to face. And will take care of the dragons and the girls of the turtle. Will buys time and finishes with his buffs the Earth Dragons all at once. The girls use strong magics and finish the turtle. The mission was a success and the teamwork also was excellent. The group leaves the labyrinth with the skins of toxic sheep already collected. Orym made everything easier collecting. At night, Unit 1 goes to celebrate the success of the mission and the entry of Orym into the clan drinking and eating. Selma is grateful for him having chosen the Silver Rabbits. After all, after defeating the Black Dragon, many people would seek him to join their teams. Orym feels good with this group and says that it was fun. Lucre cries relieved that Or is someone easy to deal with. She was very nervous because of this. What if she did not get along with her? But this is also a feeling of Will and Rain. But who was most nervous certainly was Selma. It is clear on her face that she has a lot of interest in Or. Logically, Selma denies this crush. She says that she is only the leader and her duty is to make the whole group work in harmony. There's nothing of romance there. Or thanks Selma for being the leader. Then she gets embarrassed and drinks a whole glass at once or does not regret spending time with Unit 1. But then Selma drinks more and says that Or is handsome and rubs herself on him as expression that she is wanting. If you understand me, Selma tells him that she was waiting for this for a long time. To make it worse, Aranine is also excited towards Or. The guy is very king of them. Will and Lucre only have fun watching the situation. Or cannot handle all this temptation and puts the 2 to sleep. Meanwhile, Sophia is worried that her sister has not arrived yet. Then she goes to answer the door, and there is Selma being carried by Or. Said that Sophia gets jealous and Or says it is all misunderstanding. He explains that Selma drank too much and leaves her at home and goes away. Selma apologizes to Sophia for the embarrassment. After, Selma goes to take a good bath and thinks that her sister is more smiling because of Orym. She denies that she has any feeling for Orym because her sister already likes him. Orym analyzes the profiles of Team 10 and notices that Sophia, Logan, and Caroline have sad pasts. But Caroline's is another level. Or and Selma are received at the clan for another day of work. And Selma says that the girl's desk is all messy, but she said that it is better than usual. The MILF in white coat says that Estella is scaring the new commander. She is called Carla from the Adventure Management Division. Selma says that Carla is taking care of the new members. It is as if she were the caretaker of the novices. Carla found out that Orym will train Team 10 and asks if he read the files. Exactly because he read that he made this decision. Carla gets happy of not needing to say anything more and asks him to take care of him. Estella says that they were very worried about them and gets happy with or training them. Daughter asks what the training policy in the clan is. Estella says that there is none specific. He can make his own training regimen. It is only Or teaching what he learned over time and passing his experience. Or understands, and someone says that Estella could make clearer that Or needs to pass things so that the novices learn. Estella says that it would be nice if Team 10 managed to handle the intermediate floors alone within 6 months. Or says that this is very challenging. However, the clan trusts his abilities and has great expectations in him. Team 10 evolved a lot during the teaching expedition. Or does not think that doing this will be impossible. And on his way, Selma says that if he read the files, he knows about the past of the sisters. Orym was surprised with what he read. Selma says that Sophia's mother was a maid of the house. That is, the 2 have the same noble father, however different mothers. Because Sophia is a bastard, daughter of a lover of her father, she was always treated worse in the house and with lower status. Selma did everything she could for Sophia. But when she left the house, things got worse. When she returned for the first time, she asked Sophia to leave with her. That is why Selma wants Sophia to be a great adventurer. And maybe Or thinks wrong the special treatment that Selma gives to her sister, but she wants Sophia to be a great adventurer. Orym says that it is natural that Selma feels like that and promises to do his best. Selma counts on that. Then Orym enters the room and Caroline already receives him happily, together with Sophia and Logan. Orym asks if they know why he is there. Logan answers that because they will be his disciples. The whole team is happy. Logan is very excited that he will be able to learn various things, music, with Orem. Caroline praises the strength of Orem, and he says that it is not that much because he still has much to learn. Sophia says that it is not true. He was incredible defeating the Black Dragon. Orem thinks that it was by very little that he did not go to base, and says that one day they will have to defeat the Black Dragon too. That is, if they want to conquer the Great South Labyrinth, or knows that now it is difficult, but knows that one day they will be able to handle this. Or teaches that they always need to think in different ways to deal with various situations, and also cannot think that everything he says will be correct. Or, like any other human, can make mistakes. Then he wants that his team, instead of obeying orders without questioning, think and reflect about the orders that they receive. Or asks each one why they decided to be adventurers. Logan answers that it is to help his village that is very poor, and gathered all the money it had to send him to the big city to become an adventurer. Sophia wishes to be like her sister Selma, a strong, independent woman, but is not sure if she really wants to be an adventurer. Caroline says that she wants to see everyone smiling, because when people smile, she does not get beaten. Here the thing got heavy. The past of Caroline is tense. The darkness in Caroline's heart is bigger and deeper than or imagined. Orem also tells his reasons. He wants to be strong to never again lose the people that he loves, for that he is an adventurer, or gives the idea of giving nicknames to the group to make communication easier in emergency moments. At first it would be only for Caroline because her name is long, but Logan also wanted a nickname given by Orem. Caroline now is Carol, and Sophia also liked the idea. Then Orem gave the nickname Sophie, only abbreviates their names. Very simple. Logan decided that he will call her Master, and Carol also wants. Sophia will continue with Orem. The group goes to train. The group goes to train on weaker floors, and Carol fights wrong. Because as tank, she cannot have the intention to defeat the enemies alone. Because like this, she does not notice her surroundings and or needs to help. Carol says that she knew that she would be attacked from behind, but she would be fine. Or says that this is very dangerous and asks why Carol did this of letting herself be attacked. Then she cuts herself and reveals her special ability, which is regeneration. There's no way for her to go to F easily. On top of that, she got used to the pain. Orem reveals her past. Caroline was kept slave of the church CYCL for years, where they have the objective of reviving the evil god, the most powerful and frightening monster of all. They attack cities and villages, do human trafficking experiments, are one of the biggest criminal organizations that exist. 2 years ago, one of their bases was destroyed. Albert from Unit 1 rescued her on that day. But this church had done horrible things with Carol because of her ability. Certainly her psychological went to hell. Even receiving treatment, she only improved to a certain point. After losing Albert, her savior, Carol's condition may be more delicate than imagined, or will not treat her like a child, but shows that her actions are making her friends worried about her. And Carol does not want others to stop smiling. But when she gets hurt, everyone gets hurt. Carol gets desperate for others not smiling and or tells her not to hurt herself anymore. Carol throws her daggers on the ground and promises to the group that she will not do this anymore. Orem wants to comfort. Carol gets afraid of being beaten. Orem sees that this trauma is another level. Then he gives a hug to her and promises that nobody will hit her. If an idiot tries this, Orem will finish him. He says that everything will be fine, and Caroline cries in the arms of her master. Later, Carol begins to train dodging a ball and bouncing everywhere, or says that she needs to feel and know each movement that can go towards her. This is the music training for Caroline to make everyone smile. The other members do their own individual trainings. Logan with a spear and Sophia training the parallel magic construction. In Sophia's training, she feels something strange, which may be her special ability awakening, or thinks that it may be that. After all, her sister Selma has a special ability. The group trains until late. After that, Sophia and Caroline go for a relaxing bath after this tiring day. Carla and Estella also join and see that they grew a lot. They became much stronger. However, Sophia wanted that her body also had grown. Carol consoles her saying that both are still in growth phase, so she can stay calm. Sophia sees that Carol is a traitor for having gone ahead. On the next day, Team 10 trains more and shows results. They pass the first stage. Rin goes to call Orym, and finally his sword of black dragon scales got ready. It adapts perfectly to the hand of Orym, and he swears with this sword that he will protect all his companions. The black dragon scale sword of Orym got ready, and now his fights will be much easier. Or's group trains on the stronger floors of the South Labyrinth, where Orym cuts the undead very easily, and thus they finish floor 91 without problems. The blacksmith Era made a great sword for Or. Together with the black dragon scale, Era used the blood of the armored turtle that they defeated. However, this leaves the sword less resistant. Orym says that this is not a problem, because he can solve this issue with his buff magics. The group asks for him to give a name to his sword, and Orym gives the name Black Rabbit as a tribute to the clan that he joined and will honor his promise to always defend his companions, no matter the cost. Selma says that they need to leave, because now they are ready to face the floor of the Black Dragon boss and confront it. The sun is already setting and the team goes home. Or on the next day goes to accompany Team 10 in the Great South Labyrinth, because they are close to finishing floor 20 and thus finally become official adventurers. Selma gets very proud of her sister Sophie. At night in the shop of the old man, he says that there's a rumor going around that the criminal organization of Muntov is in the region of the Great South Labyrinth and already sent some high-level adventurers. However, nothing official was informed to not generate panic. That is what thinks. A Muntov is one of the biggest criminal organizations together with the Church Seamen. They believe that adventurers should not conquer the great labyrinths around the world. The reason is unknown. The whole group remembers the day that Albert died to the Black Dragon, and finally they will be able to avenge him. Will says that he should have gone to defend that day, but he will make justice to his life that was saved by Albert and defeat the Black Dragon. Meanwhile, Sophia gives strength to her sister Selma, giving a hug to pass a bit of her courage that she is gaining, leading a bit Team 10 on the next day. Team 10 finishes floor 29, and Logan thanks his master Orym for everything. When they pass floor 30, they will be able to advance to the intermediate floors and join Unit 3 of the clan. Sophie gets sad that when they are promoted, Or will not stay with her anymore to teach her things. And Soph thinks this, but she keeps it to herself and promises to do her best. Returning to the clan, the date is set for Team 10 to complete floor 30. However, they go with an observer who will guarantee that they perform the work alone, and Or will not be able to go along because he needs to defeat the Black Dragon with Unit 1. Or even says that he will try to schedule another date to face the boss with Selma, but Team 10 does not allow and say to their master to trust them that now they are capable of completing the floor without the tips and help of Orym. Orym gets happy with this. Then he looks at the plan they have to fight on that floor in the test, but says to be careful and to always be prepared for unforeseen events, because not everything goes as planned. Then he gives protection amulets to Team 10 and will be praying for their safety. Said that the big day arrives to defeat the Black Dragon. Team 10 starts while defeating about 4 goblins with good coordination and teamwork. The observer even gets impressed that they are recruits, and the team says in unison that it is all thanks to their good master Orym. Speaking of him, Or and the others enter the boss arena of the Black Dragon, and the creature already comes with all pomp. Selma uses her buffs on her team, and Or increases his attributes 4 times, and they start the fight. Team 10 arrives at the passage to face the floor boss, but another group arrived first. Then they go to talk and introduce themselves as the Silver Rabbits of the Night Sky, which will give trouble, because these are assassins, exterminators of adventurers. They are there to finish the Dragon Slayer. Then one of them reads the mind of Logan and discovers who Or is, and that the kids there are his students. They want to use them to lure Orym. Meanwhile, Unit 1 is doing well against the Black Dragon and already dealt good damage to it. However, Team 10 is in danger, and the observer tries to protect them, but his head sends greetings and the situation got very dark, my good. Logan tells everyone to run, but Brutamontes blocks the passages. Carol tries to buy time for Soph and Logan, but is thrown against the wall and is knocked out. Sophie cries and really wants Or to come. Then Orym's necklace shines in the middle of the fight. It is an alert that Team 10 is in danger right now, that Unit 1 is facing the Black Dragon and Or takes time to cut its wing. Selma is also worried about her sister, but needs to guarantee her group alive too. To make it worse, the Black Dragon regenerates all the damage. Now, the thing got difficult. Nobody has ever seen this. or cannot be in two places at the same time. What remains for the protagonist? It will take too long or to defeat the Black Dragon and still save Team 10. The worst is that the creature regenerates with the magic in the air, which complicates much more. Meanwhile, the novices are close to being sent to Vasco. One of the adventurer assassins approaches. Soph is worried about her friend Carol, who was knocked out. However, Logan tells her to enter alert and focus on the fight, because Carol will be fine since she has special regeneration ability. Log remembers that his master taught them not to give up, no matter how terrible the situation they are in, because important for the adventurer is to return alive home. Log has pride in these teachings, and Soph agrees and raises her spirit. Log uses buff magic to fight, and Soph launches a thunder attack that does nothing and the villain blocks. The rabbits run from the guy, and Log uses his earth trap that he learned from Orym to trap the opponent. The movements of the big one are easy to predict, so Log attacks with his spear, but the thug holds the weapon and throws the boy to the ground. The muscular random will not let anyone leave alive from there, so it is a pity that the blonde will go to base. Sophie does not know what to do to save him, and for the villains, only one of them as bait for Orym is enough. When Log is about to die, the big one is stopped by something. It is Sophie's special ability. This is the strange sensation that she had been feeling for some time. Said that she sends him flying against the rocks and runs to heal Log. However, the muscular one will not be stopped only with that. And now he is angry, my good. He really wants to send the kids to Vasco. One of his companions complains that Shaun is angry because he is taking too long. But Shaun says that it is not exactly that. She is only wondering why the delay to finish the brats. The guy says that he will finish the job soon. Then Log and Soph will use all their magic to attack, because they need to survive to meet and the others again. Cut to the Black Dragon preparing to attack with magic. Unit 1 is in trouble now that the creature decided to fight seriously, or cannot waste time and uses alteration and changes the form of his sword. He uses stance many times and advances with divine flash strike. The new magic of Orym. The dragon falls, but soon regenerates. The thing is cheated, my lord. The only way to win is giving a strike so powerful that the creature dies at once without chance to regenerate. The Black Dragon is about to use its tail, and Selma uses magical barrier with full force to defend them. The dragon manages to give 3 blows, and Selma hits the rocks and is without strength. However, this was good to buy time. Orym is on the ceiling preparing Form 4 of his sword, Monty Viner. He makes a jump and promises that hope will not be stolen by the Black Dragon, and thus finishes the beast with the superpower. Selma gets relieved and faints without strength. Meanwhile, Log tries something, but it is difficult. Logan tells Soph to run from there. The brutes think it is a waste to have to eliminate someone like her who has a special ability, but will do this before Sophia evolves and becomes a problem for them. The girl cannot take it anymore and loses strength. This group will pull the sprouts early so that they do not get in their way in the future. Soph is trembling with fear and really wants her sister and Or to arrive soon. Then the strike sends the villain flying to the wall. It is Or who arrived to save the day. Sophie cries relieved, and her consoles are praising for the great work they did managing to survive. Or uses spatial jump and brings Logan and Carol close. Now they can leave with the boss that he solves everything. It is noticed that Orym is angry, and he is indeed with the enemy and with himself because he did not arrive earlier to protect them from the danger. Then he wants to know why they attacked his students. He says that it was because they know the famous Dragon Slayer, and in the end they managed to get his attention. Or will make all of them pay and will make sure they have a fate worse than death. The assassins of Almantov are specialists in fights against other humans and think that Or does not have chances of victory, but he would not be so sure of that. So much that one of them senses danger and moves away, but the other 2 are trapped by gravity and receive a thunder shock on the heads and faint. Or advances against Shaun, even seeming physically weak. The block is easy. She did not expect that, or would defeat the 3 so easily. Then she launches a blizzard and after a lightning attack, or dodges and blocks, but it is difficult. She used special rank magic without any incantation. This should be impossible. How is she skipping steps? She does not find bad the strength of Orym, and he says that her power is being wasted with a group of villains of this level. Shaun, on the other hand, thinks that it would be good if Or joined them. because looking at him reminds her of someone, a friend who died in her childhood. She is sure that he would be like Orym if he had grown. Little does she know that her friend is in front of her. She says that she did not want to have to kill adventurers, but the original is gone and the replica fell into the hands of the enemy. The only hope of them is to buy time, or does not understand this twisted talk and does not even care, because there is nothing to hear from terrorists that this talk of buying time, being to finish adventures, does not stick at all for Orym. Suddenly, a joker shouts to the insect that people like him bring the world closer to destruction. And enough talking, because she uses several explosions and throws them at Or. She thought everything was fun, but knows that there is no way Orym survived. However, she is trolled by Orym's shield, which he then uses as a whip and trapped Shaun. He waited for the right moment when she would be boasting over him. Said that Shaun tries to get out, but is prevented. Then her hood comes off and she remembers Or as a child. However, Or does not remember her. She thinks that an old man and a certain horrible woman lied to her all this time. She speaks gently for the two to stop the fight and promises that she will take the others away, or does not know why she is speaking as if they knew each other. She says that one day he will understand. Said that the others regain consciousness and Or gets worried about that. Then Selma and Unit 1 arrive at the right moment. Now it is time for Shaun and the others to withdraw from the Great South Labyrinth. Or knows that a battle on this scale would make them have many losses. It is better that Montoff withdraws from the dungeon. She thanks and hopes that the next time they meet, they are not enemies. She leaves, taking the others with her. Selma runs to her sister and hugs her tightly, relieved that she is alive. Carol and Logan are healed, and Or asks forgiveness to Soph for not having arrived earlier and putting his companions in danger. Selma says that it is not like that. Without Orym, they would have gone to base, and Carol agrees that the smiles of everyone would have disappeared without the Master to save them. Logan wants to know if the Master knew the woman in white, but it seems that he really does not know anything. Cut to Shaun, happy that Orym is alive. She dreamed of him countless times, but he is an adventurer. That is, the friends now are mortal enemies. She complains that they took her home, her past, and the time that they could have had together. She will make the people responsible pay. Go to hell with all force. Meanwhile, Oliver trains and questions himself what Orym has that he does not have. Then Phil arrives and asks why he trains. Oliver is ashamed of himself. That is why. Phil says that Orym is being called a new hero out there for having defeated the Black Dragon alone. And she also says that there will be a combat tournament that will soon begin. Oliver swears that he will defeat Orym and will be the true hero. This girl that does not give me a good vibe. She may be from that little group of crazies, a thorn of the crazy sect that did harm to Carol. I don't know. That sweet little voice does not fool me. Or am I the one feeling this? The Grand Master of the Guild, if I am not mistaken, thought it impossible that Orym had defeated the Black Dragon alone. But this is the reality, which means that he found another way to gain strength to face the beast. The guy is joking and does not believe in this madness. He thinks that maybe Orym is capable of conquering the Great Labyrinth. He is grateful for that, which is ironic with him working for himself. He hopes that it continues like this and that Orym is his savior. This way, he will forget what Orym did to him in the past. He wants her not to wake up from his dream until he kicks the bucket. This one talked and talked, and I did not understand anything. Or, on another day with Team 10, says that nobody there liked how that fight ended, because everyone realized how weak they are, including himself. Logan says that this is not true. His master was the one who saved them. Without him, everyone would have gone to F, or knows that it was by little. If the fight had continued, the consequences would have been much worse, even with Selma and Unit 1 present there. This shows how strong the enemy was, especially the white-haired one. That is, the Silver Rabbits need to train more or needs to be stronger to protect the people dear to him. They felt the taste of defeat, but returned alive. So even failing, everyone can restart and become stronger. Then the group goes to the labyrinth to train, and on a hill appears a mysterious girl. My good, this was the end of Jack of all trades. Like the mystery that stayed in the air for several things. And what did you think? Second season is coming. If you liked it, leave your like, share the video, and subscribe to give that support. Watch the video, activate the bell, and check the description for more questionable recaps. Thanks for the support, as always, and that's it.